Without even realizing it, Cyril Ramaphosa has actually vindicated Donald Trump's claims of gross human rights abuse against Afrikaners in South Africa. Because by the sheer numbers, the facts on the ground show that systemic violence against Afrikaners is a far greater problem in this country than the xenophobia epidemic that he so often condemns from his presidential platform. For years, the ANC has fiercely condemned xenophobia as a human rights crisis. Statement after statement after statement released by the South African government have spoken out against xenophobia, singling it out as a national crisis, and yet the same government completely denies the crisis of the far deadlier attacks on white South Africans today. Now, we expose how the ANC's own logic traps them into actually having to agree with the logic of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has faced wide criticism over what many claim to be spreading fake news about a white genocide occurring in South Africa. Most recently, when uninviting South Africa from next year's G20, Trump specifically highlighted the fact that Afrikaners, as a European descendant people, are facing horrific human rights abuses in South Africa and are being killed. Trump also specifically chose to use the word genocide in this most recent statement, and just prior to the G20 in Johannesburg earlier this year, he condemned the South African government for facilitating the extermination of the Afrikaner people in his own words. Check this out.
I'm not going to South Africa for the G20 because I think their policies on the extermination of people are unacceptable. So I'm not going, so I won't refer to anything having to do with South Africa. South Africa has behaved extremely badly.
This has led to an absolute outrage among liberals and other left-wing South Africans from all races, who see this as an assault on their Rainbow Nation ideal. The mainstream media has also joined the chorus, condemning Trump in the most degrading fashion imaginable. Fact-checkers, or so-called fact-checkers actually, have worked overtime this year to try and discredit any of Trump's claims regarding this white genocide in South Africa that he describes. But what if Donald Trump's position on what is going on in South Africa is not only factually true, but very nuanced? Because in today's video, I will highlight how Ramaphosa's own government's condemnation of xenophobia in this country, if the same standards will be applied to all different groups in this country, would actually force him to agree with everything Trump claims if he were to treat everyone in this country as equal before the law. Over the past 2 decades, South Africa has time and time again made international headlines because of violent xenophobic attacks against foreign nationals in this country. President Cyril Ramaphosa has also gone out of his way to aggressively condemn xenophobia in the strongest of terms. Look at this.
We also reject attacks on those who have come to seek refuge in our country, and we reject violence, we reject insurrection, and the disregard of the rule of law. We embrace people who have come to our country to seek refuge. We embrace them from all over the world. We embrace them from our sister countries in Africa, and we say to them, South Africa, yes, belongs to all who live in this country.
Ramaphosa maintains that attacks on foreigners goes against the spirit of the Pan-Africanist ideal embodied by the ANC, and has recently also condemned black nationalist organizations such as Operation Dudula, which has been making headlines because of its anti-immigrant actions in and around Soweto. This organization, which is rapidly growing in popularity among black South Africans, and whose name is a Zulu word which translates to force out, has made it its mission to attempt to force the millions of illegal immigrants in and around Johannesburg out of this country. Over the past few years, the South African government has released innumerable official statements highlighting xenophobia as a threat to constitutional order, undermining public order, damaging social cohesion and investor confidence, and condemning the xenophobic attacks on foreigners in the strongest terms imaginable. These attacks on foreigners are consistently condemned by the ANC government as hate crimes and an attack on human rights itself. But here's the twist. While there are more than 26,000 murders per year in this country, less than 0.1, that is right, less than 0.1 of murders in this country are xenophobic murders. According to the University of Witwatersrand's XenoWatch, a government-funded research center dedicated to collecting data on xenophobia in South Africa, there have been around 700 xenophobic murders and just under 1,300 xenophobic attacks in South Africa since 1994. Now compare this, and especially per capita, on the attacks on white farmers. According to the data, there have been just over 4,000 farm murders in this country since 1994. This is almost 6 times the amount of xenophobic murders. On top of this, there have been tens of thousands more attacks on farmers which have been successfully fended off. And consider the per capita as well. There's over 1 million foreigners living in Johannesburg, while there's only between 30 and 40,000 commercial farmers existing in South Africa, making these attacks on farmers roughly 10% more common per capita than xenophobic attacks. And consider that this figure does not even take into account racially motivated murders of white South Africans in the cities. Yet, all we hear from the South African government is a complete and utter denial that there is any problem. In fact, the very same President Cyril Ramaphosa, who condemns xenophobia on a weekly basis in the strongest of terms, goes to the United States and has the audacity to lie to the face of the most powerful man on the planet by claiming that there are no farm murders in South Africa.
We were seated together at the lunch table, so we never really got time to talk about the tweet. It was just an opportunity to shake hands, to say how are you and all that. But on the tweet itself, he was clearly misinformed. And whoever gave him that information was completely wrong. There are no killings of farmers or white farmers in South Africa.
Ramaphosa condemns attacks on foreigners in the strongest possible terms, even though they are 10 times less common than farm attacks, but then refuses to condemn the chants by members of the South African Parliament calling for the slaughter and genocide of white people. It is high time these blatant inconsistencies and downright lies are exposed for what they truly are. If Ramaphosa sincerely believes that xenophobic attacks, which accounts for less than 0.1% of South Africa's annual murders, are a national emergency worthy of repeated official statements, press briefings, specialized task teams, and human rights condemnations, then his total silence on the far greater number of white and especially Afrikaner farmer victims can only mean one of two things. Either he accepts Trump's central claim that the targeted killing based on identity is a human rights crisis amounting to genocide, or he is simply guilty of selective outrage, implying that some lives in South Africa are simply deemed less worthy of protection. And if the latter is the case, then he is not only acting against the South African Constitution, which he as the head of the state has sworn to uphold, but also makes himself guilty of the denial element, which is part of the central definition of a genocide. This is precisely why Trump's claims are vindicated by the actions of the ANC themselves. By defining xenophobia as a hate crime targeted killing problem, they are and have established the very framework under which the systematic killing of Afrikaners must also be classified if everyone were treated equally under the law. Ramaphosa is cornered by his own logic. If violence against foreigners undermines social cohesion, investor confidence, constitutional order and the country's international reputation, then the disproportionate slaughter in the most horrific way possible of white farmers in this country, at a rate 6 to 10 times higher than xenophobic murders, also does this to far greater proportions. In a recent video, we highlighted how the ANC is now actively prioritizing foreigners over South African citizens in more ways than one, all for the sake of perpetuating a demographic revolution as part of their Pan-Africanist agenda. Check out our full research report by clicking the link appearing on your screen right here. And remember to become a paid member of the Willem Petzer Group. In this way, you can help us continue doing the work that we are doing to make videos such as these. Just follow the simple steps on the banner underneath me. Thanks for watching, goodbye, and God bless.